piercing jab to the body. So I go one, bang, fake a shot. There's more of a sell there, and I got that reaction out of that. Bang, hit him in the face with the right hand. Now I can fake it. What's going on, guys? Shane here.
What's going on, guys? It's Ricardo.
Today we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why your feints aren't working. Let's take a look at the first one. All right, you guys, the first reason why your feints aren't working is, Ricardo, any guesses?
I would say you're trying to oversell them.
Okay, yeah,
Over exaggerating your movements, you know, instead of a fast feint, you know, you do something like this, get your hand up too high, leave yourself open.
Exactly.
I would say something like that.
That's a very good one. I would say the answer to that would be the person with less experience, you want to exaggerate a little bit more. The person with more experience, you want to exaggerate a little bit less.
Got you.
Right? They see it all the time. You want to make it a subtle sell, right? But if it's someone who's not really used to it, then you can exaggerate a little bit more. So that's a bonus tip. Now you got 6 reasons why your feints aren't working. But the first one that I have is too far away. People tend to do it from a distance where you're not even going to be able to land the punch, right? So if Ricardo and I are standing outside of punching range, and now I go like this, ha! There's no threat there. There's no reason why he should fall for that bait. If I'm a little bit closer to him now, and I step in and I take that step with my foot and I lift my arm, now I'm going to get that reaction where maybe he goes to parry it, or he blinks a little bit and flinches a little bit, and then I can capitalize on it with a jab to the body after my feint. All right, so that's the number one, is just doing it from too far away. Make sure you're within range that there's actually a threat that the punch could land. All right, the second reason is no respect for your strikes. If your opponent doesn't have respect for your punches, then there's no reason why they are going to flinch or overreact when you feint on them. All right, so for example, if I fake a right hand but I haven't landed one yet, then Ricardo probably isn't really going to fall for it. If I go from here, he's like, what are you doing, right? But if I land a right hand to the face first, bang, pops his head back, now he goes, all right, every time I see him start to twist his hips and turn his shoulders over and fire off that right hand, now I have something to be wary of. So I land that again, bang, hit him in the face with the right hand. Now I can fake it. He gets that flinch. Now I can throw that body shot, that uppercut, whatever I'm trying to set up from there. All right, so make sure that your opponent respects your strikes first before using it as a feint. All right, the third reason is there's too many of them, or it's just a bad sell. This is kind of like when you're driving down the highway and you see all these billboards, or if you're scrolling on your phone, you're getting all these advertisements. Your body just naturally puts the blinders on and you don't look at them, you don't pay attention to them. And it's the same if I'm standing in front of Ricardo and I'm just going like this the whole time, right? There's no real threat there. And it could be confusing, but it's also like, this guy's wasting his energy. He doesn't know what his game plan is. He's kind of just sporadic all over the place. So instead, you want to be methodical. You want to be relaxed. You want to be calm, right? And then this way, when I do fake a shot, there's more of a sell there, and I got that reaction out, and that's exactly what I wanted, right? So that I can get that again to set up my left hook, right? So I'm calm, I'm relaxed. Maybe I actually touch him with the jab. Now I fake, and then I come to the outside and land that hook. All right, so instead of being crazy all over the place thinking feint, 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 like Mike Perry, make it more methodical, make it more calculated, all right, and make sure it's a good sell. Number 4 is hesitation, or having a delay between the feint and the strike itself. All right, so for example, if I throw a feint and Ricardo reacts to it, if I have any pause there, that's time for him to then regain his composure, to open his eyes back up, and then defend the next strike. So if I throw a fake jab and then the punch, right, his eyes are back open, right? It's the amount of time that it takes him to flinch. And think about how quick a flinch is. It's a blink, right? So while he's blinking, that's when I want the next shot to land. So it's got to be bop. It's got to be a real quick tempo. I fake, and then I'm landing the shot. So, for example, if I were to throw a jab to the body, I'm trying to set up that jab to the body, I'm going to fake a jab up high first, and then I'm going to commit and follow through with that piercing jab to the body. So I go one, bang, right through. As opposed to faking the jab, taking a step, taking a second step, and now he's able to adjust, close his elbows, and block that shot, and then probably counter me from there because he's in a good position, all right? So try to avoid that hesitation. Know that you're going to feint, and then immediately after, you're going to follow up with that shot. All right, guys, tip number 5 now is understanding what your goal is and who you're fighting. You can use your feints to get your opponent to flinch, or you can use it as bait. Now, here's what I mean. Ideally, every time I feint, I would want my opponent to just shell up, right? Like, and really just cover up. This is what Lomachenko does to all of his opponents, right? He'll use some sort of fake, then he's got this angle, and he can get whatever shot landed that he wants from there. Pull down on the gloves, he'll move around them, create the angle, and then he'll land his shots. But what if you're going against a guy that's a counter fighter and he kind of just throws like a Hail Mary punch every single time that you step in with something, right? I step in with a jab and he just Hail Mary left hooks. Okay. I step in with a feint and he Hail Mary left hooks. Bang. I'm going to get caught with that, right? So now my feint is working against me because this guy is just always trying to interrupt my rhythm and throw this chopping left hook. Well, now I need to be able to recognize that in my opponent, and I need to bait that out of him. So now I'm going to use my feint to get him to throw his counter shot. So let's say it's just a flicking jab, right? And I go here, he throws that, and now I step back, I evade his counter, and then I use that with my follow-up counter. Okay, so understanding who am I fighting? Are they a counter fighter, or are they someone who I'm able to get them to just shell up and close their eyes for a second, and then using that in my strategy against them. All right, guys, there you have it. 5 reasons why your feints aren't working in sparring or in a fight. Now, remember that using feints is the best way to manipulate your opponent. Control them like they're on puppet strings, right? Make them do what you want and then pick them apart. Until next time, be sure to sign up for FightTips.com so you can get partner flow drills, access to all of our courses, and our forums. Links in the description below. Until next time, I'm Shane.
I'm Ricardo.
Fight Tips for the underdogs. Ooh, that was right.
Yeah, I know. It's like that action.